My name is Father Tony Russo. I'm a priest of the Sacred Heart. In the United States, we're known as the SCJs. Worldwide, we're known as the Dehonians. I want to tell you a story. It's baseball season, the playoffs. So we're going to tell you a story tonight about baseball. It's titled, Cubs Win, Cubs Win. There were three brothers on the east side of Chicago who had a dream. They wanted to go to Wrigley Field and see the Cubs play baseball. Well, one day at school, Sister Natalie, who was in charge of the altar servers, had a bunch of free passes to go to Cub games. And so she gave the older boy 3 passes. Well, he could hardly wait to get home to tell his brothers, we're going to go see the Cubs play. I got passes. Well, when Dad walked in later, all 3 went to Dad and said, Dad, we got passes to the Cubs game. Will you take us? Their dad says, yeah, before the summer's up, I'll find a day when I can take you. Well, summer dragged on. Eventually, Dad came in and said, you know, tomorrow, guess what? And they both say, you're going to take us to the Cub game? Yes, I am. So they slept that night. They got up in the morning, and Mom was downstairs making Italian beef sandwiches for them to take to the ball game. So they said goodbye to Mom, and with Dad, went to the corner and took the bus. When the bus came to its ending, they exited and then got upstairs into where the L is in Chicago. And so they got on the L. In the meantime, their dad was telling them, you know, make sure you watch the way we're going, because I will not be able to take you all the time to ball games. So they were kind of looking at things, and the L started on top, then it went underground, came up again, and finally it arrived at the station that had on the wall Wrigley Field. Well, they could hardly not run fast enough to get to the ballpark. And as they got to the ballpark, to the gate, their dad handed them the passes, and he says, you know, I forgot. I got a call when we were on the train. I got to go to work today. But I've got confidence in you 3 guys. You stay together, and I told you to watch how you came here, and it's the same way you go back. So the boys felt, you know, they were a little anxious, but they felt that their dad had confidence in them. So they went and enjoyed the ball game. Well, the Cubs won that day. They beat the Milwaukee Braves. And Ernie Banks hit a home run, and so did Hank Aaron. And Fergie Jenkins beat Warren Spahn. Well, the boys left the ballpark, and they saw people walking in a certain direction, so they said, they're probably going to the L station. So they went with the people, and they bought a ticket, and they went up the stairs again, and they got the elevated train. And again, they were watching where they were going, and they noticed they went underground again. They were pretty sure they were going to come up again, and they did. And when they got to the end of the line, there across the street, as they went down the stairs, they saw a bus. It was the bus to take them back to their neighborhood. So when they got back to the neighborhood at their stop, they got off, and they ran home to tell Mom how great a day they had. And you know something? There was someone on the other bus. Guess who it was? It was their dad. All day long, he was watching over them, making sure that they would get home safe. And he felt really great because his confidence paid off. The boys had a great day, and they learned how to come home on their own. That's a story that I hope you can enjoy.